Hi, this is Justice with Tablet Pro, and I want to talk about this little e-ink tablet. This is from Supernote. It's got this nice case here. Let me show you this quick. I honestly don't really care what most of these devices look like. Frankly, I just want them to work well. This is a Supernote. This is the Nomad. And so far, actually, I love almost everything about it. This is a great, great device. All right, so let's take this off. It's got nice magnets here on the case, and the pen holder is funky. Honestly, it's weird to me. It's really robust, like it's not gonna come off or break. But I have mixed feelings on it. The tablet itself is thin, but not super thin. It's light, not the lightest. I got the one that's got this cool transparent back. They call this crystal. You can unscrew these little screws here and replace things. This is the motherboard. This is the battery. These are user replaceable. You can put a micro SD card right here. You can do it yourself. They've got guides on their website, and I really like this. This uses Wacom tech. Let me show you what I like the most about this. Note-taking on this is easy. It's fun and very usable. You click up here, new note. To make a note, you can put rule lines. This feels very, very pencil-like, and there's a decent amount of texture on the screen when you're using it. This pen, this one is called the Lamy pen, which is not a great name for English speakers. The pen itself is nice. It's got a little button on the side, which is the reason I opted for this one. There's another one that they have. I'm going to see if they can send it out to me. But if you're writing, it feels... Let's switch here to pen. It feels very easy peasy. By the way, that's how you spell peasy. CoverGirl is nice. It feels like I would want it to feel. Now, this thing unscrews, and actually it's just this little tiny thing. There's no battery in this thing. This still writes. And you can see the screen is very, very crisp. Now, I don't really want to get into a lot of specs for this. This is an Android 11 base operating system. You can sideload on it. I have sideloaded on it. I'm not going to go into any of those things right now. I just want to talk about the art app, actually, because this is what I've been primarily using this for. I'm an artist. I like sketching. I want to sketch on something that feels like a magic drawing sketchbook, and I just have not found it. I want to have a Windows 11 device with me where I can load up Rebel 7 or Rebel 8, whatever is the current version, draw out in the great outdoors. This is a perfect size for me. It's about 7 inches, and it allows me to draw at the beach. And this is really what I'm wanting to be able to do. Okay, so let's take a look at that. To get any place, you drag down from the side. There's different apps that you can load in. I'm just going to be talking about this one, Atelier, probably Russian. It's a joke. It's not probably Russian. Okay, so this is a little illustration I did. This is from an artist, May Besom. She did the work. I'm assuming it's a she, but I don't really know. Did the work for a series of books called What to Do with the Problem, What to Do with an Idea. They're fantastic, and the artwork is absolutely lovely. Love this particular artist's style. Okay, so um, let me start with complaints. Pinch to zoom is horrible. It does not work very well at all. You cannot zoom. It's not an infinite canvas. The resolution could be better. There's ghosting, all of these things that you should be expecting on a e-ink device, they are there. Okay. Now, that said, I am still in love with this device and it's my new go-to. I want to do everything on it. You can't, and I don't think it's a great idea to try and do too much, but just staying creative with it. Okay, so let's do let's do a little bit of sketching right on the top of this just because this is fun to look at. All right, so we have the pencil tool selected. You have a handful of different pencils, 4H all the way to 8B. Here you have a ink pen with a handful of different options. The next one, you have a marker with a handful of different options. Next one, you have spray, and honestly, I think this one is pretty awful. I want to say better things about it. I don't like it. I don't see it being really useful for much, but it's there. It's another brush. Here you have your palette. This is intentionally made for e-ink devices. This is just grayscale, which is great. Then there's an eraser, and it has a couple different types of erasing. This is actually really wonderful. And then here is a erase the entire page. We're not going to do that. So let's just draw on the screen with the pencil. So one thing that I want to stress is how incredibly close this feels. Um, I am tempted to say things like it feels better than paper, and it really it does. And this is not going to focus. There we go. So I feel like I can draw and it work the way that I want it to work. I can do really light. I can do extremely precise. I like that I can't zoom in infinitely, like I've got a restricted amount of detail that I can put on this. So something that is lacking in other e-ink devices, I haven't been able to find one that allows me to erase what I'm actually adding. So I can erase the lead the same way, like it's not just a hard erase everything. This one I can choose a tool. This one, the ink pen or the marker. This one I can choose to do a color. So here, this one is set to E0, 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 which is a lovely light gray. This one is set to white, and this one is set to black. And when I hold the side button down when I'm drawing, I can just slightly erase something. Now I'm zoomed in as much as this can zoom in. Swiping up from the sidebar does a screen refresh. Ta-da! All right, let's choose the eraser. Now on this, I don't see tilt, so you can't go here and then get a different response from the stylus. But this feels, it's like lightning fast when it comes to latency on the stylus. Let's see here. It feels really good. Okay, so let's look at this from an artist point of view. you don't have infinite tools. The pencil is great. We have a handful of different pencils, 4H through 8B. These feel accurate. So if you're using an H, it's going to be nice and light, and you start using those darker Bs, then it starts getting darker and softer. Okay, then we have some ink pens, some markers. These are both fine. You can adjust the color grayscale here. So like I have my markers, I have this one set to light gray and I have this one set to white. You can erase with a nice eraser. And that eraser does not have to erase everything. It's not a erase all eraser, which is really important. I actually strongly dislike when you can't just lightly erase. That should always be an option in painting programs. This spray one, I think is awful. I don't know what it's useful for. I'll show you what it looks like though. And you could make little blobs on the screen. I don't like it. I don't see it being really great. Okay. The biggest issues with this is the pinch to zoom. By the way, 150 is the largest you can go, and you can go down to 50. Cannot go less than 50. Notice there's ghosting. This is to be expected. This is an e-ink device, so it's not like a refreshing all the time. You can have this thing last for a month if you're using it an hour or two a day. It's a great battery. Now here, I've got this whole canvas, which is great. And let's zoom in. Hoorah. All right, we're all the way zoomed in here, and I want to zoom in on just the face. Of course, I cannot zoom in further. I want to pan on the screen to somewhere else, and it does not pan well. It's awful. And maybe there's a trick to it, like I need to do the pan gesture and wait for a while. I've tried doing a, oh, I guess we would be zooming. Zoom and pan. Zoom this at the same time. And it's not good. You can't pinch into an area either. So like here, I'm trying to zoom in. Well, we're already zoomed in. I could say I want to zoom in on the face. We're not zooming in on the face. So that's an issue. That's really the bulk of my complaint though for this drawing experience. I've been drawing so much more and really, really enjoying the experience. Now for taking notes, it's very nice. Because this is a 7-inch screen, you're not going to be writing long sentences. You can flip the orientation, which actually I have not tried to do. So I'm not sure how that would work. Let's see. Maybe it's in other apps. But the actual drawing experience feels like magic paper. I'm really, really liking this. So you can see I can do very light, delicate, quick hatching. The line quality is perfect. There's absolutely no jitter at all. It uses a Wacom, I believe it's the EMR technology. It feels nice and gritty. You do not feel like you're drawing on plastic. I feel like I can do light pressure. I would love to be able to smudge it. Ooh, that would be nice. If someone can make that happen, that would be great. Notice the it just disappeared. I would expect things like that just if you're using an e-ink device. Just expect a couple little weird things. I have 3 right now, and that seems to be a common occurrence. And we can refresh the display swiping up like that. So if you get some weird anomalies, then that's not a bad way to handle it. You have layers. Here I have some of the shading here on a different layer. And it's so fun to draw on. So if you're looking at something and you're going, okay, which one is a good device to sketch? Let's see, I think I have another one. Same artist may be some, and then a friend doodled up here. Nice work, Reese. I'm still figuring out these gestures. There's a gesture bar on both sides here. But it's absolutely delightful to sketch on. Highly recommend it. You can't do everything, you can't blend, you can't smudge things, but it's extremely quick and really enjoyable to use. You can export here with a white background or transparent background, which is really cool because this means that you can import it on your computer as a sketch and put it into another program and draw right over the top or underneath it, add color, do whatever you want. Very easy to use. Resolution is, I think it's 1900. Let me check that real quick. So this one has an app that you sync directly from here. Like I have a OneDrive sync. This is something that's natively supported. Let's look at documents. So here you can see right on the screen, when you go in a lot, it's very dithered. When it's here at this scale, it looks pretty good. So keep that in mind as you're going in. It's not going to be the most beautiful pencil looking line that you've ever seen, but it does look fantastic on the Supernote screen. I have a lot more exploring to do. I'll talk about OneNote, Sketchbook, a handful of other apps on here in another video. So if you want to learn more, then subscribe to this channel. I'll have those up relatively soon. And if you have questions about the Supernote, how easy was it to install third-party apps on? I'll talk about those things too, but for right now, the best thing to remember is it is great for sketching. It's a very reasonable price. You can update things on your own. So if you need to replace the battery, you can replace the battery. If you want to add an SD card, micro SD card, you can add a micro SD card. Here's the motherboard. If you want to take the motherboard out and put it in another device if this one breaks. They've done a really good job of being a sustainable, responsible company. All right, you guys, and thank you also to Supernote for sending this out to me. I really appreciate you guys doing that. I don't get anything from them for recommending this device. I will probably try to get that set up because I do actually really like this one and find that it's worth promoting. However, at the time of this recording, this is just me saying it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So if you're looking at doing some digital sketching outside, I highly recommend it. I'm going to post some more drawings and stuff up here. Maybe a little bit of time lapse with this for you guys to see. If you have questions or comments, please leave it in the comment section. If you have noticed my eyes doing weird things, it is the eye gaze software from NVIDIA. It's sometimes really good, and today it feels a little jittery. These aren't my eyes. Isn't that weird? It's creepy. But it really makes it nicer that it looks like I'm looking at you when I am sometimes not looking at you. I might be looking somewhere else on the screen. All right, I'm probably the only one that cares. Oh, there, see, that was weird. All right, you guys, thank you for watching. Until next time, stay creative and have a wonderful day.